Hello, everyone. LJ Young for Today, my daddy. How you doing today on this wonderful, what is Saturday? Probably so. I'm not sure. But anyway, today I wanted to more talk about nothing but a particular subject, about a particular subject, but more about just my personal experience with becoming debt free. And becoming debt free has allowed me to financially see. And I'll give you a couple examples because sometimes though debt free is complete, true financial freedom. I always thought you had to be rich, but true financial freedom is not owing anybody any money, no debt to any entity or person. But on the other side, uh, once I became debt free, I can see how the whole economy works. And I couldn't see it when I was in debt. When you're in debt, there's a lot of things you can't see, and there's a lot of things you cannot hear when you're in debt. You hear certain things, but you think the wrong way because it's hard to explain. But I'm gonna give you a couple of examples of what I mean because some days, because I'm 48 now, about to be 49 in December, and some days when I think about what I know now financially and everything, it messes with me because it makes me angry because I now realize I've been wasting a lot of time. And when I say wasting, I mean because I just didn't financially know, you know. I didn't wake up till I was around 40, 41, 42. And then once my eyes could see, and it still comes today. I mean, every now and then something new will hit me financially, and and it'll stun me and it'll floor me because I'll look at it and say, dang, I didn't even see that. And it was right in front of me. All this stuff is in front of you, though. You just can't see it. When you're in debt, you can't see it. So I'm going to give you a couple examples of what I mean, okay? When you hear the slogan or the statement says, it takes money to make money, all right? When you hear that and when you're in debt, you're like, oh, okay, it takes money to make money. Okay, I'm not supposed to go borrow some money and try to flip it and make more money or whatever, right? When you're debt free, I now see that statement, what that statement says to me is what it really means is you must know you have money to make money. Okay? If you don't have money, you can't make money. Borrowing money is 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 putting you further in. If you're in debt and you borrow money, you're further in debt. You're not making any money, but the only money you're making is for the bank. If you have your own money, that makes money. I hope that kind of makes sense because again, if you're in debt, you probably can't even hear me. I kid you not. And it's not even that I'm putting you down or anything. It's a psychological. It, it, it's years of programming. That's the best I can say, man. And don't feel stupid. I'm not saying you're dumb for not knowing. I'm saying all I'm just telling you right now is just regular math. Apply math to your finances, and you'll see. If you look at it and you don't believe it, you got to ask yourself, how come I don't believe my math? That's the question. Okay. So next one. The more money you make, the more they take. For example, if you keep going higher up in salary, like the normal people do, like myself, I would get mad because they're taking more money from my check the more money I make. It didn't make any sense. Sorry, you guys. It didn't make any sense. It would just make me angry. No, what that's really saying, the more money you make, it's time to understand taxes, how taxes work. Instead of being mad at the process, understand the process. I'm just telling you this because I'm looking at myself and I wish somebody would have just said that to me. Instead of getting mad at the process, understand the process. Taxes can help you build wealth. Doesn't that sound crazy? That sounds nuts, don't it? Taxes can actually help you build wealth if you understand them. I want you guys to, for example, let me give you an example of what people in debt here versus people that understand how money works here. You'll hear rich people will say, we don't hardly pay any taxes. Now, normal people Normal people in debt would get upset by that statement. Oh my God, how can they not pay taxes? And we do. And no, you're not hearing, because you gotta listen when they say we don't pay taxes. Tax evasion is illegal. If they got on TV and said, I don't pay taxes, they would go to jail. They would go to prison. What they're really saying is they don't pay taxes because they understand tax avoidance. Tax avoidance is legal. Tax evasion is illegal. If you understand how taxes work, you can avoid taxes. But you must have money to take control of that. You got to have money, real money. And when I say money, I'm saying savings minus debt equals the money you have in real life. If I ask you, hey, do you know how much debt you're in? And you tell me I don't know, that means you're in debt. If you don't know how much debt you're in, that means you're in debt. If you ask me how much debt I'm in, it's zero. I owe nobody on earth a dime. How many people you know can say that? Not many. And that's not even bragging. I'm just saying what it is. So here's the other one. When you're debt free, it's easy to spot fakers that pretend to have money, whether they know it or not. If you're in debt, you only speak debt. But when you're debt free, you speak both. So now I speak both languages. So it's easy for me to spot a person that's pretending to have money. And here's the obvious thing for you to do. So if you're in debt, it's really hard for you to look at somebody or take financial advice from somebody, because you don't really know about money. So how are you going to ask somebody else, do they know about money? It's like follow the follower, right? Do like the businesses do. Ask to see their entire credit report. Anybody that tries to give me financial advice, I say, let me see your credit report. Not your credit score, your entire credit report. It will not lie to you. Do just like the businesses do. Why do you think businesses ask to see your credit report? Because it's going to tell you how you manage your money. It doesn't matter what kind of car you drive, your clothes you got on. None of that matters. I want you to understand that that's puff. That's I don't care what anybody looks like. Things When you're debt free, things don't matter to you anymore. It's very difficult to explain that part, but a person's car or a house, that means absolutely nothing to me. You know why? Because I have no idea how they paid for it or if they're paying for it, financing it. I don't know unless I ask them, it but if I need to know if they're making payments on the car, because people in debt love to talk about the debt they have. Like, for example, if somebody has an expensive car and it's an expensive payment, they like to brag how much they're paying. Oh, it's just $1,000 a month. Like it's nothing, right? But that's how the bank wants them to think, that it's nothing. If you're financing a depreciating object with interest, you're not managing your money well. It's really that simple. And it's not even nothing against you. You just got to understand that. Here's another saying. Bank, you know how you people are always looking at banks as big bad guys. Banks are not bad guys. When you're in debt, it seems like that because they're making so much money, right? But think about it. What business are they in? They're in the business of making money. That's their business. See how when you see like you see the big buildings downtown, big Chase buildings or big, all this. There's Yeah, they're showing you that they have money, right? It's showing you the money's there, but they're not being stingy. You can come get some. They're just When I see those big buildings, the banks are making statements to me and saying, "Hey, look at all this money, Linnell. Come and get some of it. Look what we're doing. We're building big buildings, fancy walkways, foyers. We got so much money. We're just building crazy stuff." Oh, okay. Let me understand what you guys know. I don't look at them as mean. Some people look at bank terms like, "Oh my God, they're getting me." No, if I need a loan, I'll look at the terms. Excuse me. I'll look at the terms. If I don't like them, I'll say, "No, thank you. I don't want the loan." It's that simple. You don't have to take their money. You can get up and walk out. It's that simple. Uh, what is that? I've been wasting. Oh, Jeremy. See, yeah, that's those. those are all the items I had. I just it's more of just a mental thing sometimes when I sit back and think about the years I wasted because I didn't know. And I can't look at it wasted because if I didn't know, I don't know. It's anyway. I want you to, like, for example, this is what you do. Don't look at the wealthy as something as negative. Don't look at it that way, because the wealthy are not space aliens. They're human beings just like you and I. They eat, use the bathroom, whatever. Don't look at them. They're not space aliens. They're humans. They just know something about money that you don't. That's not a bad thing. Just stop and understand what they know. And the first step, I kid you not, you guys, the first step, if you master your personal finances, you will be on your way to understanding what they know. Because if you master your finances, and when I say master your finances, get out of debt. You gotta, you gotta. I know it's hard, okay, because you got so many people out here claiming that they got money, uh, and you can't tell if they really do or don't. And the only way you can tell is by their stuff. And the stuff means nothing. You got to get past all that. You gotta. Once you're debt free, that means nothing. You know, it's like you look, and I'm sorry this sounds like random, but I'm trying to give you guys an insight of what it's like to be debt free. Okay. For example, you notice how have you noticed how many MLMs are popping up all over the place, right? They're just popping up all over the place. They're just everywhere, right? Because they're making a lot of money, and they're not. I'm not saying they're evil. It's a business. I don't mix feelings. That's one thing. When you're debt free anymore, when you become debt free, you don't mix feelings in business. I'm like, oh, that's a rip off and this and that. No, I don't care. I just if I don't like it, I just don't get involved with it. I just get no, thank you. There, it's a bit. I want you to understand. MLM is business. Okay. And if you notice when you go to these meetings, they'll have big lavish meetings and gatherings or whatever. And they always got these people up on stage, diamonds, emerald, rubies, or whatever. And they always got this screen in the background of how they were poor, and now they got big houses and houses all over the country, and these are all the cars, and this is the dog, and blah 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 blah. Right? Eh, not saying if it's true or not. I'm not saying anything. All I'm saying is this: I have no idea if any of that's true or if they even own any of that. I don't even know. So that's how I don't get my feelings involved because I have no idea how they got it or is that true? Is that picture of that house really there? I don't know. Nor am I going to check. It doesn't matter. But from the business side, I understand why they're doing that because that's what people deep in debt they want. How do I get it? I'm gonna get it through this MLM. That's it's business. I get it. It's nothing. But understand what it is. It's a business. This is it's like a blessing and a curse at the same time becoming debt free because my eyes are now open to a lot of things that I just couldn't see before. Like for example, here's another example: commercials on TV. I never realized how many commercials are on TV, and do you understand that you are being sold to 24 hours a day. I can't listen to the radio. I can't watch TV, or I got to mute commercials. It's commercial after commercial, and then it's on my phone, and then it's in my car, and it's bombarding. So much stuff is trying to be sold to you, and so many people are trying to get you to finance it, and it's insane. But as a debt free person, uh, you can't take it. But I listen for my own business. I know what they do. Like, for example, another example, like bank commercials. Okay, if you want to see how a bank commercial is selling you on their business, put that commercial on mute and watch it, and see if you can tell what they're trying to sell you. Okay, if you can't tell, don't worry about it, and see. Just watch the commercial, the happy, smiling people walking around, and everybody's happy, and you you kind of will get how they're doing it. Only if you mute it though, for some reason, so you can see what they're doing. Because if you turn it on, They're going to be talking and saying other things. It's pretty ingenious. I see how they do it, but it's pretty crazy. But anyway, you will see what that is. It will overwhelm you, and you will start to like I said before in the beginning. Sometimes I get mad because I've wasted so much time because now I can see. And I've had to learn to hold a lot within because it's almost like a religion, credit and stuff like that. And you try to overwhelm it to your friends, and they're like, "Hey, you're crazy." And I go, "Hey, I can prove it with math. If you just look. Oh, that you're crazy, Linnell." And it's like, so you got to just step back, right? Because it helps me understand how powerful this our credit system is. I respect it. Somebody designed it. It's very powerful. And I know it would when you hear me talk about it, it sounds like I'm uh, making it up or something, but it's just it's powerful. Let me give you an example, okay? So you guys can kind of get an idea of how powerful this is. All right? If you add up all your debt, yes, including your student loan and your mortgage, okay? If you add it all up and look at that number, and if it's a negative 100,000, negative 200,000, negative 300,000, negative 400,000, I want you to just look at it and know that's how much your net worth is today in your life right now. That's how much you're worth. Negative 400,000, negative 500,000. Never mind what everybody else is doing. I know everybody else around you is the same situation, but I want you to understand everybody's not like that with their money. I kid you not. Everybody's not like that. Look at that number. Two things actually. Look at that number and understand that is your net worth right now. That's your net worth. And if you look at that number and that number doesn't scare you, I want you to ask yourself this question. How come that large negative number doesn't scare me? I'm going to give you a debt free perspective now. To get a mortgage today for me, to know that I would owe the bank 400,000 for 30 years, that literally terrifies me. To owe a bank that much money for that long period of time, that would terrify me. No, I can't. I couldn't imagine signing papers, sign here, initial here, sign here, initial here, for 30 years, saying I agree to pay you 30 years on this house. There's no way I could do that. No way. If I ever end up getting into a mortgage situation again, I'm paying that. I'm paying it off in 7. And you're probably thinking, how are you gonna do that? I'm debt free. I have no bills. I understand the tax system. And when I say the tax system, the part of the tax system that applies to me, it's huge. Not everything applies to you when it comes to taxes. You're in sections, okay? You just read about the part that applies to you. Understand it all. Hey, where can I get this? It's it's called phantom income. Taxes avoided is money in your pocket. Phantom income. I'm not going to get deep into that. I hope I'm giving a good perspective of what I mean, what it's like to be debt free. All right, you guys have a good one.